What's up, everybody? You're here with the Fly Guy. Alright, so I have been debating on whether or not I was going to post this video or how I was going to do it, and I'm finally doing it, so here we go. So why did I go to the Philippines? Why did I just decide to just kind of uproot and take a month and fly over to probably one of the most beautiful places on earth? The reason that I did was because it wasn't a quick decision. This was something that took a lot of time for me to put into place. I am definitely not a man of massive wealth, and I was debating on when it was going to happen. I kind of was, going back and forth on it. I didn't really think I'd be ever able to do it, and I second-guessed myself a bunch, which was part of the problem. So my life pretty much got completely destroyed during COVID. I went through a pretty serious injury that could have been a lot worse. I'm very fortunate. My college education, long story short, that was ripped out from under me pretty quickly. And, I was having trouble trying to make ends meet. Things were not easy. While other people went on vacation, me and my family were hunkering down trying to figure out what our next move was. And for me, a few things kind of came to the forefront. Some things that I had been working on, trying to become economically free from traditional employment, trying to kind of tap into more of a digital life to be able to work from anywhere, and being able to have economic and financial freedom, which I saw slipping away about a decade ago. So about 10 years ago, I really started to see the writing on the wall. And that's where the ideas about travel and being able to potentially live in another country while still earning, some type of remote or online income so that I can have economic freedom was kind of something that I had been toying with for a few years. I was looking at Southeast Asia primarily. I was interested in Thailand. I was interested in the Philippines. But there were other areas as well. I even considered Alaska. I had been there before. I lived in Alaska before. And I thought about, potentially like almost off-grid living, something simple. And, this whole idea about going to the Philippines was really centered around economic freedom. This trip that I took to the Philippines, it was not about women. I know there's probably going to be tons of haters in the comments that are going to say you went there for women. I did not. But you can think and say whatever you want. It doesn't matter. The women in the Philippines, I will say, are wonderful compared to women in Western countries that subscribe to a particular ideology that begins with an F. I'm not even going to say it because YouTube will strike this video down in a heartbeat because we're completely biased, especially in the United States. So, aside from that, the women in the Philippines are wonderful. There are good and bad people everywhere, but I will tell you that overall, I met some of the best people I've ever met, quality human beings in the Philippines. Their attitude, their generosity, their kindness, things that you just don't get here in the U.S. We're so focused here in the U.S. on trying to survive or trying to earn that a lot of the values that our country was founded on have completely gone away. They're done. And a lot of times you see just people are stuck in their own world. They've got their head buried in their phone. You can't have conversations with people anymore. Nobody's real. Most people are fake. And, I'm not saying there's not good people in the U.S., but there's definitely people watching this video that are United States citizens that know exactly what I'm talking about. And I'm not going to sit here and talk about it like it's something that it's not. I'm not going to sugarcoat it either. The United States is not what it is projected to the rest of the world. One of the things that I found when I was guiding up in Alaska is that I met people from all over the world. It was a tourist hub up there because Alaska is one of the premier fishing destinations in the entire world. And I would always ask everybody that I guided, that were from foreign countries. I asked people from Fiji, the Netherlands, Germany, Australia, all over the world. I met people from everywhere. And I asked them the same question. I said, so how do you like it here in Alaska? How do you like your time in the United States? What's it been like for you so far? And they said, almost unanimously, almost verbatim, word for word, they would say, we really like it to visit, but we'd never live here. So from a very young age, that stuck with me. And I really realized that there was a bigger world out there. And, I'm 37 now. I'm kind of kicking myself in a way because I wish I would have gone to the Philippines or anywhere else outside the country a little bit sooner. I have been to places like the Bahamas. I've been to Canada, but that's not a big leap. The Bahamas was a touristy, resort. That's not experiencing a country. That's not real world travel. I wanted an immersive experience, and I took a month in the Philippines to really get that. And I wanted to see what the cost of living was like and what it was really going to be like living there as a foreigner. I couldn't take more than 30 days. I wish I could have. But what I did find was that the things that I was looking at, not only online but through YouTube, most were correct, but some were wrong. But I did find that my cost of living was significantly lower. I was at peace there. It was kind of weird. I didn't know what it was like to be at peace until I left my own country. That's a problem. I understand that, like, your happiness, your peace, that's kind of under your management. But you can't help the environment that you're stuck in either. And you can't help, the political and economic structure that you're stuck under. Going over there, I didn't take a ton of money. I took enough. I took plenty for what I needed. And when I was over there, I was never worried about a dime. I wasn't stressed. It was a kind of a slowed down pace of life, something that I experienced while I was up in Alaska. And the people were great. I experienced some of the most beautiful beaches in the world, just beautiful blue water. Unfortunately, my fly rod broke while I was over there. I would have been fishing. But when I return, the fishing will happen. I'm not going to sit there and, not fish being surrounded by water. All in all, I found a place that I enjoyed. And, I did meet a good girl while I was over there. And, I don't know what the future is going to hold as far as, everything with, a relationship with a woman, how my employment's going to play out. Nothing's set in stone. Life can change in a second. And I've experienced that firsthand many, many times over in my life so far. But the one thing that I am going to say is that I found exactly what I was looking for. I was looking for a place that I could call a home base, that I could enjoy a comfortable cost of living. I could experience nature. I could go fishing if I wanted to. I could have the economic freedom to be able to leverage the US dollar against a weaker currency and be able to just be at peace and not be stressed out about money 24/7. Life is too short. I'm not going to participate in taxation without representation. I'm not going to sit here and try to strive and earn and work myself to the bone for nothing, because by the time my health fails, all the money that I've earned will probably either be gone or I won't even be able to enjoy it. So I'm going to actually take the leap now. So the whole reason that I made this video was not only to share like the reasoning behind why I went to the Philippines, the fact that I wanted to find that place that I could actually call home, where I could rest my head and be at peace. Because I've never really had that in my whole entire life. I feel like I've been running down, the barrel of the next bill. And, being a college graduate and just trying to do everything right, it didn't serve me well at all. I tried to do everything correct, and I bought the narrative, and I'm kicking myself for it. But I'm not going to do that anymore. And what I am going to do is I am going to make a move to the Philippines on a permanent basis. within the next 12 months, it's going to be less, but I'm just going to say comfortably, within the next 10 to 12 months, I will be over in the Philippines full time. I will be living over there or in another foreign country. The Philippines might not be immediate, and it's because of this. I have been working kind of around the clock to finish a teaching English as a foreign language certificate. I am at the 2/3 mark of that. I'm almost done. I will probably be done by the middle of January, and then I am going to start looking for contracts overseas to go teach English. I'm looking at Taiwan, Thailand, Indonesia, and then also doing private tutoring online. So I'm getting myself set up to be able to have some type of remote income overseas, and to be able to just kind of disconnect from the system that I've been under almost my whole life. This is a big step for me. This is a huge change, and it comes with a lot of challenges, and I've overcome some hurdles already. One of the biggest hurdles was selling my house. I sold my house. I had a house locally here, and I got rid of my house. Fared way better than what I thought I would have. And with the market the way that it is, it was a gift from God, and the timing was right. I sold my car. That was actually the bigger hurdle. Selling my car was a bigger hurdle than actually selling my house. To be honest with you, with what I've had to go through just in this car selling process, I kind of don't ever want to buy a car again. Even though I've owned cars before, my whole adult life, this was one of the first times that I took out like a serious car loan. I've always driven used cars, or, if I did take a note out on something, I put like a hefty down payment. My payment was low. And I just, after this whole car experience, it's almost like I'm so excited to get to the Philippines, because I won't even need a car if I don't really want to go buy one. I can, just get a street legal dirt bike, or get a scooter that sips gas, and just go on a ride. I'm excited about it. So, I've gone through some big hurdles lately, sold my house, sold my car, and right now I'm kind of going through the finishing stages, working with a recruiter, getting set up online to teach English, getting ready to set myself up to take contracts overseas in foreign countries, and be able to get one step closer to setting up that home base in the Philippines. I don't know how it's all going to work out. I don't have all the details, but I'm launching out, because I'm not going to get to the end of my road at the end of my life and be like, I wish I would have done that. Especially if my health fails me, because tomorrow's not guaranteed. And, I used to really be a worrier. I always used to be like a hyperactive planner, like I had to know every detail. And now, as I've gotten older, I don't give a shit. I know that if I don't take this risk, I'm going to be stuck here in a system that's failing. And that has no value. And I'm not going to live with that regret later on down the road. I want to have a family. I would love to have children. I want to be a father, and I'd love to pass down all this fly fishing stuff to my son. I'd love to, pass down all this fly fishing knowledge to my son or daughter, and just be able to kind of, carry on the legacy, so to speak. And the last place that I would ever want to raise a family is the United States. I know that sounds harsh. I know some of you are not going to be happy about that. You might, you probably are going to leave me a comment in the comment section stating that I'm some type of terrible person and I'm anti-American, which is further from the truth, and but if you're a human being living in the United States right now that has any level of awareness or competence, please leave a comment below. Let me know that you have seen the same things that I have. Let me know that you also see the degradation of our society and how things are crumbling. And, the more people that talk about what's really going on, it's really going to wake people up to the truth of their reality. Because I do think people are living in a delusional state right now in this country. I mean, that's everywhere in the world to a point, but the United States, we've got some work to do, and right now it's not working. And I am not going to sit in a disadvantaged system just for the sake of saying I've got American pride, because my pride as an American I can take with me anywhere in the world. I do love this country. I love America for what it was founded on. I love the natural resources and the beauty and the diversity of this country. It is a very large country, and we have so much to offer, and it's a shame that it's come to this. So if you are, if you're someone like myself, you know, you've thought maybe you're a young guy like me, and you're thinking, man, I don't want to be here anymore. There's a big world out there. The best thing that I can tell you is this: if you want to leave and you want it bad enough, you'll go through every hurdle and struggle that it takes to do so, because it is not easy to disconnect from the matrix. But if you want it, you can have it. If a guy like me can do it, a guy who is just a regular dude, you can do it too. So I encourage you to take the leap. Don't be afraid of the worst possible outcome. Get your money right, get things rolling in the right direction, and don't look back. And I hope this video just kind of maybe sparks something, you know, with someone. Maybe somebody's been on the fence a little bit, and you know, you might have been thinking about it. Or, you know, if you're someone that's just been kind of seeing all this stuff go on and you've just been keeping quiet, you know, and this stuff resonates with you, just leave me a comment below. You know, I hope you guys are doing well out there. It's not an easy time to be living in the United States right now, and I hope this video can at least provide some encouragement to some of you who might have had similar ideas to me. As I go through this move, as I go through some of the things that it takes to get out of the United States and go to another country and immigrate and become part of another society, I'm going to share some of those experiences. I'm not going to share every single detail, but I'm going to share the important things. And I'll document what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, how things worked out. You're going to see some successes, and I am 100% positive that you're going to see some failures as well. Either way, I'm going to learn, and it's going to be a learning experience for the future. I'm excited about it. I hope you guys are too, and the fly fishing content's always going to be there. If you like this video, go ahead and hit thumbs up, and if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to my channel for more fly fishing, fly tying, and travel videos. Thanks again for watching, everybody. Take care, and we'll catch you next time.